Hello children, this is Anirudh, PGT Biology, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. In the previous section, we studied about living world. There we studied about their growth, reproduction, metabolism and consciousness. Now in the next section, in the same chapter, the living world, we are going to talk about the diversity in livings. What is diversity in livings? Diversity in livings is known as biodiversity, the different diverse forms of biology or the living world. There are many variety of forms are found in biodiversity, such as different shapes of different organisms, their size, color, anatomy, habits and their habitats, that everything differs. There are more than 1.7 to 1.8 million living beings are known to this world, known to science, out of which 1.2 million are animals and 0.5 millions are plants only. Now, this diversity, this living world is very big, and just to make the study of this living world simple, there is a branch which deals with it. This is known as systematics, in which animals are categorized on the basis of their similarities and differences. They are identified and then their naming is done. Naming is also known as nomenclature, which has certain rules and regulations, so that one organism in this entire world should be known with one single name all over the world. This is scientific naming of animals or biological naming of animals or plants. In this systematics, three things come. Number one, identification. Number second, nomenclature. And number third, classification. Now, what happens in identifications? Identification. In identification, the animals which are found or which are known to the science, they are identified on the basis of their similarities and differences. The similar animals are grouped together, and if they have any difference, they are given a different section or they are grouped in different forms which are similar. Now, once the animal is identified, now that animal is given a name that is known as nomenclature. In nomenclature, there is standardized naming is done. If the organism is a plant, then for plants, the names are based on International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. That means this is the branch which decides the name of plants, and then they are accepted all over the world. And if the organism is an animal, then the names are based on International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. That means only when this organization approves the names, then they are accepted all over the world. And after the identification and nomenclature, the classification of the animal is or plant is done. In this classification, the animals are grouped together on the basis of their similarities, such as you must have listened about it: species, genus, family, order, class, and so on. In this manner, animal is classified so that their study becomes very easy. Now, after the diversity, the next section comes is biological nomenclature. This component nomenclature has its unique significance in biology because this is the only first way so that we can know about some individual all over the world with a particular name and with a particular section. In biological nomenclature, what happens? There are two components involved in the naming. Number one, first component is genus and second component is species. Such as we know, one example if I give you, such as we know about mango. Mango is common name. This mango may be in South India known with different name. This mango may be in Gujarat known with different name. This mango may be in African different languages known with different name. So if I go in Africa and I ask for mango, nobody is going to understand this. Or if I go in South India where people do not know English and I ask them the mango, they will never understand, because in their particular language they know mango with a different name. So now, just to make this thing possible, so that in this entire world, in every language, one particular animal or organism or plant should be known with one single name, this nomenclature, biological nomenclature, is done. In this, every organism is given two names. One first name, which is a genus, such as mango, mangifera, its genus name, and indica, its species name. So by the combination of two names, one animal is named. This is scientific naming or biological naming of any individual. Now there are certain rules and regulations for this nomenclature, such as I have written this name and I have underlined it also. The first name is written with one capital letter and the second name with one gap is written with small letter. So there are certain rules for nomenclature, such as they are always written in italics if they are printed, and these names are always in the language Latin. Latin is a dead language which cannot be changed now because it is not commonly spoken. The first word should always be genus, such as I told you, and the second word is always species name. If written by hand, then it should be underlined. If you are writing by your own handwriting, then it should be underlined, both the words separately. And if they are printed, they are always printed in italics. If they are found somewhere written in your book, you may cross check in your book every name which are biological names of any organism. They will always be written in italics only. Now genus name or the first name always starts with one capital letter, and species name always starts with a small letter. Here it is. Now after this, one more branch comes which is known as taxonomy. In taxonomy, what happens? Taxonomy is the branch in which the study and the classification is done on the basis of external structure, internal structure, structure of the cell, development process, and the ecological information of any organism. There are so many categories of taxonomy which I already told you some of them. The taxonomy categories are species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, division, or kingdom. So this in the next section, in the next session, we are going to discuss, which is a very interesting part of the living world, the first chapter. So here we finish this particular section. Thank you very much.